In 2012, a brother from Sierra Leone introduced me to a Fulani lady from Mali Yembere, and we met. Not too long after that, she brought a pastor from Sierra Leone, and that pastor came and joined us, introduced himself to me. Not too long after that, the pastor's tongue came out. So he had to confess to me that he was trying to enter my body. He wasn't able to do so, and his tongue therefore came out. I was very surprised when he told me that. But he apologized. I accepted his apology. We stood and walked out of the building. There was an ocean next to the building where we were. We went there, and this pastor, and the lady, the Fulani lady, they told me that it was really difficult to get me. And so therefore, my stardom is not easy to access. My future is bright spiritually. This happened in London. I later started interacting with a Nigerian lady where I was living, and she tried to give me a gift, a book. She was also from the church. She invited me. We had an appointment in an area called Peckham, next to the library. While he was trying to hand over this book to me, a man, an African man, was standing behind her trying to perform some kind of a ritual, which I didn't understand. Then I asked her, "Who is that man that is standing behind you?" Because she didn't tell me that she came with that man. She was a little bit surprised. Then she said, "Oh, he's with me." I wasn't happy about it, but I just accepted it. I said, "Okay, I am leaving." She said, "Okay." Since that time, I started meeting few of them in the streets, distributing those books, those leaflets on the streets. During that time that I used to meet with those people that are distributing the leaflets, I met a man from Sierra Leone, a graduate, who was thinking about becoming a teacher. He was already a mentor at one of the universities in London. And he told me that some African women, in particular Nigerians, they have destroyed his life. He became an alcoholic, and they did something to him that he wasn't able to do for self, and he became very incapable of doing things. And this man's life started becoming a roller coaster. He told me that he was going back to Sierra Leone to get some spiritual healing because he was unable to find any kind of help, any kind of support that will be able to take away what those people have done to him, those women, old women in the church. Why am I saying this? That man's life became so bad that he wasn't able to accomplish his studies. He wasn't able to even provide for himself. He became an alcoholic until his life started going down. During that time, when this man told me that he's going back to Sierra Leone to get some spiritual healing, was the last time we met in Elephant Castle, London. After that, we didn't see each other again. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because you have some religious people who are going to these houses that they say they worship in the house of the Lord, as they say, but actually the things that they are carrying out there is darkness. They mobilize each other using all kinds of tactics and strategies to go after people's spirits. They're doing witchcraft in there, performing all kinds of darkness to destroy people's lives. This is called the exchange of destiny. That is what they do. These spiritual people that are into darkness. In the entertainment industry is there. In the religious houses is there. And also within the principalities and powers is there. These are people that are carrying out darkness in the name of the Lord. And these are the same people that have networks. Anywhere you go, they are there. And sometimes it is not the people that you expect, because you expect people that are in power to serve you. But what if they are into some darkness? When we are talking about darkness, we are talking about the social, political, and religious sphere, because darkness is hovering in all of these areas. And within the social is finances. Some of these very people that are dealing with the finances of people, they work with the healthcare services, the occult societies that they work with. They use that to entrap people's lives. And sometimes they even go to the extent that they can impact people's mental health until they come under their control. When we are talking about mental health here, that is being done to people to come under the control of these occult societies is called the manufacturing consent. It is finely done. It's something that you cannot even know it, because it is perfectly crafted, theoretically done in a sense that only you that is going through it will know it. Because some of these people who are working within these organizations, they themselves, they are occult people. And they use all kinds of cars that you cannot even expect. But actually, these are occult cars. Cars that drives around, Hondas that rides around, all kinds of sounds, all kinds of signals, signs that they use in the process of the manufacturing of madness. Imagine how many people are in these institutions that should have not been there in the first place, but actually they use all kinds of theoretical framework to make them end there without nobody knowing it. Only they that are going through it will come to know it. And even when they talk about it too much, they will see them as mad people, because nobody understands it, so complex it is. in order to come to know what is going on in these institutions, in the mental health institutions, in the social welfare services, in the democratic and bureaucratic governances, in order to come to know what is going on, there needs to be an insider, one that have an insight, or an outside investigation bodies that can investigate these issues properly, that can start giving numbers, people that have experienced this, people that are bold enough to come out to explain their experiences for it to be noted down. Because when we have people that are working within these organizations who are responsible for people or who are working with people, we expect them to be very professional. There is no reason, there is no excuse for bad behaviors. Professionalism must be maintained at all times. If not, you have no right to be there. There are nations right now around the world that are experiencing so much. The difficulties that are in there, the people that they are dealing with, whether it is in the mental services or in the healthcare services, is very poor, only if they will come out. Starting from the ambulances, starting from the person that is behind the ambulance, starting from the emergency services, starting from all the workers that are involved in these associations, everybody is responsible to observe professionalism at all costs, at all times, because nobody is there to perform a bad behavior. There is no reason to be horrible. There is no reason to disrespect a client, and there is no reason to perform any bad behaviors that will hinder the situation of the client or the person you are dealing with within that institution. We have stories today around the world from people who feels like they have not been treated righteously, their mental health has not been treated. And you also have people that have stories about their certificates, their exams, they have been rigged within the mental health services, within the social services, who want to step up in these services to help, to use that as a profession, but they have not been given the chance. And so therefore, the people that understands them, the ones that are supposed to help those people that are in need, are not there. And so therefore, the mental health within their neighborhoods and communities is increasing every day. So how are we going to solve this problem within the mental health services, within the social services, and within the political crisis that the world is experiencing now? A good point is to give people the education that they need to allow people that want to empower themselves with the tools and technology to become the professionals that they want to become, to create a balanced society. A society that is not balanced, a society that is in balance will only create an imbalanced society where injustice is, where inequality is, where people are not equal treated in the justice. So when we are talking about the justice system today, we cannot talk about justice without including the Middle East. The United Nations and the rest of the world is watching the Middle East is going through the situation that they are going through. We have to send our peace to our brothers and sisters in the Middle East. And we have to fight for peace. We have to try to convince them the United Nations should do whatever they can. the World Health Organization should step up. The world should stand together as one to help our brothers and sisters in the Middle East. Not only in the Middle East, but also in Ukraine, Russia, Sudan, Somalia, Haiti, and any other country in the world that is going through injustice. We wish them love for all and hatred for none. We are brothers and sisters in the world. We should try to spread the love and try to maintain peace for the good of humanity. We as a people are living in a shared world of concerns. This is the reason why it is important when we are taking a decision to not only base it on our own selfish interest. Rather, it should be focused on the interest of the whole population to make a difference in our society and elevate the people's living standards to their higher self as a human being to the unknown.